RPG a Day 2023, and today is day 26. The prompt is favorite character sheet. I'm very happy that I've got to day 26. I am slightly worried that I'm now going to throw this away in the last couple of days of the month and not record, but so far I've still managed to do it. So this is my best showing for a while. Character sheets. I don't really think that much about character sheets, but when I pondered the question, I thought there are two ways of looking at this. One is what I think is the prettiest character sheet, because it's nice to have a really good character sheet that you hand out. So for prettiest character sheet, I'm going to go back to Conan. There are a variety of Conan character sheets. There's some very basic ones. There's ones without all the artwork. There's a black and white one where the artwork's been inked but not shaded. This is the really, really pretty version. And it is really, really pretty. Um, it's not bad in terms of I'm using this on my in-person game rather than electronic one when I'm playing on Roll20, but the in-person game that I'm playing at Ludicrous, I'm using this. Uh, the most of this is absolutely fine. The attributes and skills are great. They're really easy to use and access. The You've got to have them split by ability scores. You've got to have the skills split by ability scores, which can make it a bit of a faff. But that's all fine. Most of this is fine. Same problem as ever, marking off vigor and wounds when you take damage, and then when you recover from damage. There's an awful lot of writing things in and rubbing things out, which I don't like. So most of it I really like. The one thing that I don't like, and I think this is a common thing with character sheets, is talents. You've got the name of the talent, that's great, and then you've got the effect of the talent. And if you can get a paragraph's worth of text into that one single line, you're a better man than I am. Um, they're a real faff to use. So what I've done for my online game is I've copied and pasted the text out of the PDF, and then I've printed myself a separate document that has all of my talents on it, which means that I've got the actual text, which is just a bit easier. But like I say, in terms of being pretty, this sheet is really very, very pretty. Um, and you're always going to have that problem of, how much space do you give to talents? How much space do you give to belongings? What do you do with all of your weapons and things? But yeah, it's a gorgeous character sheet. It really is. And yeah, in play, it's pretty usable. However, I don't think that is my favorite character sheet. I like efficiency. I like ease of use. And when I was thinking about that, I was actually quite surprised to find I really, really like Call of Cthulhu. Um, I mean, I know I like the game anyway, but uh, very simple, very easy to use. Your sanity and hit points and luck and things, you just highlight and then cross them off as you use them up. Same problem that I mentioned before, a fair amount of rubbing out and recircling, but it is easier to do that sometimes when you're just circling something. The thing that I really like is the skills. Um, the vast majority of the skills you're going to use are right there, dead center. You've got options for other languages, for other fighting skills, and there's some bits at the end if you're using something that most people don't use. Call of Cthulhu has got the option to have skills for everything, but these ones are the ones that you would generally find yourself using. And I like the fact that they're there, they're alphabetical. It's a very easy character sheet to use. The other thing that I really like about 7th edition, um, in previous editions, I haven't played previous editions very much. I think the first time I played was third, but I did like 2 games. Um, you would have a percentile skill, and then occasionally you would be asked to make that a fifth or a half or whatever. And you would do various things also with your attributes, which were sort of classic 3 to 16. You would then need to convert those into percentile if you needed to test against them, and you do that on the fly. So what I like about the modern character sheet, the 7th edition character sheet, is you are expected to do the maths at character creation, which means you're not trying to do it at the table. You only have to do it the once. And then you're also, the two boxes to the side of each attribute are, you write in your full percentile into the main box, and then you write in your half and you write in your fifth. And those are the ones that are most commonly used. So somebody says, okay, roll me a strength check. You roll. If you roll underneath your main attribute, then you get that. But it's really quick and easy to see. Did I roll under half? Did I roll under a fifth? And the skills have the same thing. I like the fact that every single skill, it tells you what your base default is if you don't spend anything in it. So everybody has a 5% in accountancy, everybody has a climber 20%. It's not like if you don't spend points, you have no chance of climbing a wall. It's just you don't have a good chance of climbing a wall. Then you spend them, and as you spend them, again, you get a percentile skill, which is nice and easy to use, but you also have that every time you roll it, you can quickly check, did I get hard? In other words, I rolled under half of my skill. Did I get an extreme? I rolled under a fifth. And just taking that from doing it at the table and doing it once in character creation, which is a bit of a faff, but never having to do it again. I think that's really good, and they've done it in such a way that it's really, really easy to use the character sheet. You have weapons, which are, again, a little bit of stuff up front. I like the fact that they haven't put damage bonus, build, or dodge in the main bit. I mean, dodge is half your dex, but you can then spend stuff on it as well. But I like the fact that it's off in its own little unit next to weapons. Technically, dodge is in two places, but who cares? It's easier to find it when you want it at the table. It's in the right place. There's some nice little stuff on backstory, and that's nice and easy to fill out without being too big or too small. Gear and possessions, cash and assets. I also like this fellow investigators bit in the bottom right, where you know how you're related to various different people. It's just it's a very elegant sheet, and I like elegant, especially when I'm using it at the table. It's still fairly pretty. It's not as pretty as Conan, but it just works, and that's what I'm after in a character sheet. So yeah, those are that I think is my favourite character sheet. I think the Conan one is prettier, but not quite as usable and not quite as streamlined. So that's my day 26, I think it was. Um, have a good day. I will try my best to finish recording the last couple of days of these, and when I do, I will be back. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.